Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol DEWM. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually just today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like you this time frame. I think that's a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out where levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. Did this analysis yesterday, so that's where these red and green line annotations are coming from. And from a presentation standpoint, kind of tricky to do this chart because there's a whole lot of perspective that goes into it. What do I mean by that? Well, if you are a day trader and you bought really anywhere around here and you wanted to sell within 20 seconds, then yeah, for you the chart's looking pretty rough. But if you care about the big picture of things, then sure, I get it. The price did indeed pull back today. But today, that's 1 day. When you look at multiple days, the bulls still have plenty of opportunity to build a higher base. And when you have higher bases being built over longer stretches of time, that's how those long-term uptrends are constructed. And I'm going to be talking about things from the big picture perspective. So if I sound crazy calling something bullish, my guess would be you just had a much different strategy and perspective, going into the trade. And the case in point is really circles all around a level that I talked about in yesterday's video, and that's right here at 0.0137, which I talked about as support. And then you fast forward to today, and surprise, surprise, the bulls did a great job of holding that as support. And as far as the overall point, let's say this continues to happen going forward. Not saying it will, but let's just say the price decides it wants to bounce around here a few more times before finally heading back up. If that does indeed happen, then what would you have? Well, you'd have a set of lows right here. You'd have that set of lows right here. You'd have that set down there. If you picture each one of those as stair steps, stair steps are still very clearly going in the upwards direction. Again, I fully realize if you are a day trader and you bought somewhere around here, then you couldn't care less about these stair steps that I'm talking about. But that's why I put out the disclosure that I'm doing this from the grand scheme of things perspective. So yeah, pulled back today, but overall bulls are still in overall control. Both these levels of resistance, while I would agree they were weakened up today because, yes, technically speaking, the price was able to push through them because the price eventually closed down below them, they still need to be considered areas of resistance. So right here, initial level remains at 0.016, followed up there at 0.017. Again, yes, I would say they were weakened up today, but when the dust has settled, still got to consider these areas of resistance. So pulled back day to day, but by no means is the entire chart ruined or anything. So we'll see what the bulls have in store for tomorrow and the remainder of the week. One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.